Bên cạnh đó thì ở 21 tuần chúng tôi đã kiểm tra về hình thái học của thai, thì tất cả đều bình thường. Hôm nay chúng ta kiểm tra lại về cái siêu âm tim thai.
Cái con thai ở phía bên ngôi đầu.
Hai cái đầu có tay biết gì không ạ? Biết thì nó
Chúng ta thấy đó là cái vách trong suốt.
Okay, I'm not here to do this, but you can see that, let's get the scale down a bit more. Is the scale? No,
Yeah,
that's
scale,
not
sorry.
scale is here. Alright, I find it, you see, once you start turning the scale down, you can see the circle of Willis there, eh?
Ở đây chúng ta thấy cái vòng
You see the circle?
Willis.
Not bad for a beginner. Now, where's the zoom on this machine? Come, where's my friend? Just let me have her here, please. My help. Okay, look at that. There's the circle of Willis with the 4 vessels. Thanks. I didn't mean you should get out of the way, but she knows how to use this machine. All right? I don't. Okay, so there's the whole, all the 4 things. We're not really interested in the head. We always do Doppler in these, even in the cardiac exam. We start doing that. We also look at always.
Thường thường thì chúng ta có siêu âm tim đi nữa thì chúng ta phải coi cái não bệnh nhân, bởi vì có thể có một số cái xuất hiện bất thường đó, chúng ta sẽ dùng Doppler.
Alright, now we're looking at the umbilical cord.
Cái cuốn rốn.
It looks like there are 2 vessels there, and now we just want to find out where the butt is. So the head is down, was down a minute ago. Here's the 2 umbilical arteries. Okay, now we want to turn the scale up a little bit so that we can see the difference between artery and vein. They're both going in the opposite direction. The big one is the vein, huh? The blue one is the vein and the red one is the artery.
Tĩnh mạch rốn.
Okay, so now let me get this, I don't want to zoom it, but I want to get the depth a little down. Where's the depth thing here on this machine? Depth?
Cho cái depth cao nha.
Smaller.
Cho nó nhỏ hơn nè.
Depth. Is there a label that says depth there? Okay. Alright. Okay. So we're looking at some cystic structure in the heart. So can we get better imaging now on the heart right now?
Bây giờ mình quét đây ngay chỗ cái ngực thì chúng ta phát hiện được cái
That's
tim.
good, okay. Alright. Okay, we need a little bit more gain posteriorly. Okay, and I want to get the depth down again, which is...
Dạ,
zoom. I don't want zoom, I want
cái
depth.
depth để chúng ta thấy cái tim nó vô bằng chữ.
Can we get down a bit more? Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay. Alright, so we know the head is down, so the left side is on our left side, right? And the right side is on our right. Is that
Bây giờ cái đầu nó
correct?
đi xuống phía dưới, cho nên chúng ta sẽ thấy là phía bên trái của
Alright, so now we've got a beautiful picture.
Là
Yes.
bên
No,
phải
don't
là
turn
bên
it
trái
around.
ta.
It's not situs inversus. Okay, so now we're getting a 4-chamber view, just like we saw in our specimen. We're getting really beautiful pictures here.
Mình có cái hình này đây là có tim 4 vùng rồi đó.
Pointer?
Có pointer không? Đưa.
Yeah, I'm going to zoom up on this in a minute, but I
Mình
just
sẽ
want to
zoom
show
vào cái
you
vùng đó.
spine. This is left side and right side. There's levocardia. Here's the sternum over here. So this is all the left side. Here are the pulmonary veins.
Cái tim mạch phổi đây.
Okay. This is very important because once you see this, you've excluded total anomalous pulmonary venous return.
Nếu mình thấy được cái này thì mình có thể loại trừ được cái bất thường hậu lưu tim mạch phổi toàn bộ.
Okay. This is much better than we saw yesterday. Is it due to the machine or the patient? Which one do you think?
Có loại là cái hình tổng quan nó đẹp hơn.
I think it's the patient.
Mình sẽ coi là
Okay, now I want to zoom in on this a little bit more. Let's zoom in on it. The zoom is One more time, okay? So, okay, now you see the pulmonary veins. I'm going to turn this around. It's left, right, it reverts, so it looks like an echo that we've just seen. Left, right, thank you. Boy, would I give my eye teeth to have you with me all the time. Okay. All right, so now I've turned it around so it looks just like a heart would look after birth. Okay, and you can see the four chambers of the heart. I'm not doing anything. All the movement is caused by the baby. You can see that the heart only is living less than half of the chest, so there's no cardiomegaly.
Tức là cái bánh tim mình nó nhỏ so với lại cái nhỏ hơn một nửa so với lại cái ngực này này, cho nên nó sẽ không có tim lớn.
I think this will do it down there. Okay. Okay, and we are looking at 67 centimeters. Again, I want to lower the Nyquist limit here, so that I can see the blood flow in the pulmonary veins. That's the stomach. The stomach and the heart are on the same side, which is always wonderful because that means cytosolitis.
Thường thì cái
No
chúng ta thấy cái tim nó bên trái và hồi nãy đó chúng ta thấy là cái bên trái bên.
I'm looking at the pulmonary veins and I'm going to take the scale down and see if I can see the flow in the pulmonary artery and the pulmonary veins in the chest there. Okay, so what we need to make a little comment about scale. There's the flow, where's the pointer here? Pointer's here. What I'm looking at the flow in the pulmonary veins and the pulmonary artery here. There's the pulmonary veins draining to the left atrium. There's the descending aorta. This is the pulmonary vein and pulmonary artery. So now if I go pulse wave, Doppler, pulse wave here, and I take this little signal here, and I put it in here. There's the left pulmonary artery and the left pulmonary vein together. And thank you. Okay, and now I want to get the scale down on that same scale. Okay, and now we're looking at, well, we were a minute ago. It's okay. There we go. We're looking at pulmonary artery above the baseline, and we're looking at pulmonary vein below the baseline. Eh? Can we lower the filter, please? See, I know what I want to do, I just don't know how to do it. Okay, all right. So now I want to get out of pulse wave, and I look with the color. Color is what I work with. It's my fundamental. Huh? Okay, there's the descending aorta. There is the pulmonary artery. The red signal there is the pulmonary artery.
Cái này là cái động mạch phổi.
That there is a signal coming towards us. That's the pulmonary artery. Do you see that very early freeze signal here, pointer here? You see how this comes up here quickly and then falls down because of the elevated pulmonary vascular resistance.
Ta thấy là cái đường lên nó rất là nhanh, tức là cái tim có rất là tốt nhưng mà
on the other side of this line is the pulmonary vein. You see, with an E and an A, E and A.
Chúng ta sẽ thấy cái
it's not the best pulmonary vein signal, but it's good enough. So we know that there's a beautiful artery signal. That is characteristic of what you see after birth with pulmonary hypertension.
Chúng ta thấy đây là cái
and then I'm coming into the
phổ của dòng máu, động mạch phổi rất là tốt, tức là bơm lên rất là tốt và nó hạ.
There's the whole main pulmonary artery going to the ductus. Okay, so now we're looking at the arterial duct here.
Đây là cái ống động mạch.
So you see how much higher it is. Now baseline is, thank you. And the scale, we're going to turn the scale up. That's the duct going into the descending aorta. Look how the velocity changes, eh? Because the highest velocity occurs in the duct. Because the duct is a sphincter. You know any other sphincters in the
Chúng ta thấy là
body
còn
besides
cái
that?
vận tốc nó đi vào trong cái đó
The esophageal,
cao bởi vì
you
thực sự
thought I
động
was
mạch
going to
nó là
say
cơ
something
bào.
else,
Bán
didn't
làm
you?
ra cà phê chỉ em nha.
Okay, alright, so then we've done that, let's get off scale and let's get off Doppler. Alright, so now we've seen 4 chambers,
Nhìn vô
okay, and I
Ta xuống lại
want
cái mặt cắt 4
to
vùng.
fiddle around here a little bit more,
chạy khi đến khi xong thực hành.
and I want the scale up now, let's get the scale up. I'm going to look and see if I'm looking for high velocity signals, eh? In other words, is the AV valve regurgitation? It will occur at least 20, which is 2 meters per second, and there's no AV valve regurg here, eh? That
Nếu mà
blue at
muốn
the
coi
back
cái
of the
hậu
heart,
anh thì mình sẽ đưa cái scale lên cao.
this here is the descending aorta there, see?
Đây là động mạch trụ
See
xuống.
there? Just in front of the spine is the
Ngay
descending
trước
aorta.
cái cột sống.
Here's the atrial septum. You see the septum premium is bulging into the left atrium,
Cái vách này nó
allowing blood
phần
flow
về phía
going
bên
in
trái.
this direction.
Bởi vì cái máu đi từ bên phải qua bên trái.
And now I get up over here and you see the crisscross of the great vessels.
Mà trên
Because
đây
there's pulmonary artery,
cái động mạch phổi
there's the right
trái,
pulmonary artery.
động mạch phổi trái nó
Okay.
cái động mạch phổi đi như cặp như thế
And
này.
if I come up a little higher, I will get into the aorta. Just missed the 3 vessel view.
Mà sẽ đi lên một xíu mà sẽ qua mặt cắt 3 vùng.
There's
ba cái động mạch.
SVC, aorta, pulmonary
Đây là
artery, 3
động mạch
vessel
phổi,
view.
động mạch chủ và cái tĩnh mạch chủ trì.
Okay. Well, so now, if we see the aorta coming from the left ventricle, I mean, we've excluded almost all heart disease in this woman right now. Okay, look what we got now. We got the aortic arch. Is that the aortic arch or the ductus arch, do you think?
Câu hỏi là đây là cái động mạch chủ, cung động mạch chủ là cung của đi qua cái ống động mạch.
Pardon? What did you say?
Cái xe thì
Có bằng cái
Dr. Arch. Someone say Dr. Arch. Tôi nghĩ cái đó là cái cung của ống động mạch chứ không phải là cung của động mạch.
So that looks like certainly like the pulmonary artery, but you know, now that you've seen the one vessel, you have to see the other.
Khi mà mình thấy được một cái cung rồi, mình phải tìm ra cái cung thứ hai.
Okay, let's try a little bit more gentle. Be good for the patient. Okay. You doing okay? Okay. Right.
Hình. Cái cung động mạch chủ ở trên cao.
There's the aortic valve. If you just do an M mode over here, you have M mode here? There you go. It doesn't say M mode on it. How am I supposed to know it's M mode?
anh nghĩ ra.
Okay, do you see this little box there in the middle? Watch when we go M mode, now you hit it again, right? Oh boy, that's great. No, now we've lost it. There's SVC and IVC coming into, there's the right atrial appendage there, that. Okay, SVC, IVC,
Cái tĩnh mạch chủ trì mạch dưới.
Bây giờ mình đi giao này sao lại chỉ làm sao?
excuse me. There's the central aorta, there's the valve, okay? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just try and put the demo through the valve there. And now how do I speed it up? Because you can't see anything at this speed. Can you make that image better? Is there something that we can go and use the iScan? Will that help? No. Okay, so the aorta is definitely behind the pulmonary artery. There it is. I should be getting a box
Cái đây là
here.
cái cột sống thì cái
Here's
động mạch
the
phổi nằm trước,
aortic
cái động mạch
valve.
chủ nằm sau đây. Đây là tĩnh mạch trên đây này.
Can we zoom in on that? Let's
Mình
make it
zoom vô cái chỗ cái tim nó đi.
yeah, on the M mode. Can we zoom in on the M mode?
Zoom vào đây.
I know a lot of people don't want to do that, but I do it. You can tell a hell of a lot from the palm, from the aorta, Okay, now I've lost my signal, see? I'm looking at the atrial septum now. Now I'm in the pulmonary artery. Now I want a bigger image. You make all my images smaller for me. Let's get... See, there's the pulmonary artery, there's the central aorta. Let's zoom in on this here. Let's go zoom. Okay, and hit zoom again. Okay. Here's tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve.
Đây là van ba lá,
There's the aorta.
động mạch chủ.
Okay. There's the aortic valve there. Here's the pulmonary valve
Đây,
and the pulmonary artery and the ductus and the
đây là
descending
cái
aorta.
động mạch, đây là cái động mạch chảy xuống.
Okay, now, if that's really the case, the M mode is this here? Yeah. Okay, there's the, okay, now I want to see the scan. How do I change the scan? Where's the little dots? No, I don't want to do that. I just want the M mode cursor. Yes, please. Okay, now we put this right there. Now let's get an M mode. Okay, there's the box in the middle. Now we can't make that any bigger. There's no way I can make that fill the whole screen. Yeah, let's do it like that. There we go. Okay, now we want to sweep the speed up quicker. Okay, now I can't see anything. Now I've been on a prayer. I'm doing M mode like I used to do in 1970, when there was no other image that I could look
Này giống
at.
như là vào những năm 1970.
There it is. Well, there it is. There's the box. Okay, we got one box. Hooray! There it is. Let me show you the box, because I know that a lot of people won't believe that there's the aortic valve opening, there's the aortic valve closing.
Cái
Opening,
van
closing,
chủ mở,
Opening.
đóng,
closing.
đóng, mở,
Opening, closing. That's the best box
mở,
we've got
đóng lại
there.
cái này.
Alright, so that's the aortic valve. Okay? Trees. Okay, where are we now? Now we want to come off soon. Okay, let's see where we are now. Okay. There's the ascending aorta and arch. Now I've got it. So there's the mitral valve. Okay, now we're going to zoom again. Zoom, thank you. Okay, we're going to do that there. Zoom. Okay, there's the mitral valve, yeah.
Van hai lá mà.
This is the left ventricle. This is the right ventricle.
Đây là thất phải.
And there's the aorta going
Đây là
up this
mặt
way.
chủ. Chúng ta thấy đây là cái lá trước van hai lá, đây là mặt chủ.
So that's a long axis view. Is
Đây là
there
cái
up
mặt
down
cắt trục
switch
dọc.
here somewhere?
Đây là cái động mạch
Up down.
chủ nó đây nè.
Boy, you don't make it easy here. Give me an I-33. Okay, so now there's a classical look, just like I showed you on the echo, on the long axis before. That's the long axis view. But you can see in addition to this, here's the stomach. Yeah,
Cái đây là dạ dày.
here's the stomach. Okay. Here's the mitral valve.
Cái lá trước van
The
hai lá.
mitral valve is in fibrous continuity with the
Đây là chúng ta
aorta.
thấy đó là cái liên tục, cái giải liên tục giữa cái van hai lá động mạch chủ.
Okay. And then there's the ductus arch. Now, what I haven't really had much luck seeing, and I need to go closer to the head. So we're going to come out of zoom again, because you can't really zoom, you can't look and zoom, you have to unzoom it there. Okay.
Đây là cái động mạch phổi chúng ta thấy. Đây là cái cung của ống.
There's
Đây là
arch.
cái động
Ah, okay. There we go. Can you come here and help me, mine? Just put the color on there, will you, please? Show the whole arch there with the hidden neck vessels. Down, down, down. Thank you. All right, thank you, Jesus. Now, let's lower the gain. Oh, look, there's the vessel hidden neck. Just
Đây là cái cung đồ mạch chủ
a little lower, 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 and then I
cái cung đồ
whistle.
mạch chủ với cái
Take
nhánh
the
lên.
scale down a bit. Okay, there you see the vessels ahead and neck, eh? Alright, now let's zoom the image.
Chúng ta thấy đây là cái nhánh trên đầu
Okay.
cổ, đây là
So there's aortic arch, eh? Beautiful. Great, okay? Alright, we'll say that to the mother, eh? Okay, we sort it down here, eh? I think let's get somebody else in here. There's the, what we haven't seen is, I always like to look for, there's the RVC and hepatic veins coming into the heart, right?
đây là
There's
cái
the descending aorta in blue.
cái mạch chủ
See,
dưới.
there's the arch there. And I need to just try and get to see the ductus venosus here.
Anh ta tìm cái ống.
There it is. Do you see the ductus venosus?
Wow.
Now, where's the Doppler thing quickly? Pulse is there, eh? All right, now. So now that I've bent down and I've looked what I'm doing, I've lost it.
Cái đây
There.
là cái ống.
Okay, now a Doppler again. Doppler for me, please. Perfectly normal Doppler. What?
Cái Doppler này bình thường hoàn toàn.
Okay, fine. Very good. Thank you. Well done. Go away. Stay away from doctors. Okay? All right. I know. And if we don't do all four, we don't do all four. These people need to know that.
Cái thứ hai
What do you got for me now?
trình diễn sẽ là một cái ca đơn thai con so. Thai phụ này là chưa sai lần nào không phải thai phụ này thời đó là chưa sanh là thai phụ này hôm nay là 37 tuần đúng.
Goodbye. Congratulations. All right.
Được phát hiện là chuyển vị đại động mạch
Thank you
vào
very much for that, guys.
1 tuần.
I'm not giving you an official report, but that looks pretty normal to me. Okay?
Lệnh
Alright.
của chúng tôi trên
And this is a
lượng
usual
sản đó là
finding with
sự
the
ngăn.
3.1.
Do đó chúng tôi đã quyết định là chọc ối. Sau khi chọc ối thì đã loại trừ các cái lệch bội thường gặp, cũng như là kiểm tra luôn cả phần vi mất đoạn trên đoạn 22 quy.
Yes.
Hiện thời thai kỳ ở 37 tuần và chúng tôi có một chút xíu nghi ngờ về PFO hạn chế trên một cái chuẩn bị đại động mạch đơn thuần.
Yeah. No influence? Okay. Negative.
Như vậy là với trình diễn tất cả thứ nhất
And
là
the
ca
chromosomes are normal.
bình thường. Mặc dù quên nó có lẽ là do cái kỹ thuật trình chiếu sau đó nó quen, nhưng mà
Yes. Well, let's have a look. You know, that's my expertise. Okay, now you're going to make me a fool because I won't be able to do that. Well, we're going to learn about transposition after lunch. If we have lunch, ever. Hello? Okay. All right. I like it when a lady takes her, I want to sit down with the, okay. She's how many weeks is she? She's 37 weeks. Is she going to have a baby in this hospital? Because if she's got what you say she's got, every one of these babies should be admitted. Okay, so let's just see how we're doing here.
theo ông thì với cái TCA này nó
That's a
chỉ
stomach.
mặt đất mà 37 tuần thì nên nhập viện bởi vì có thể sinh
That's a
có
bladder.
thể can thiệp.
That's the stomach. Oh, a heart. Okay.
Chúng ta thấy ngay cái tim, cái động mạch phổi.
No. Where's the answer is no. Whatever the question was, the answer is no. Okay, so here's a 4-chamber view, right?
Cái 4 buồng.
Okay. You're the right way around. There's, oh, look at that coronary artery there. Isn't that amazing? Can you see the coronary artery here?
Ông thấy cái
There's the coronary
mạch vành
artery.
nhỉ?
Okay. Now, Here's pulmonary arteries, and
Okay,
that's
động mạch
coming
phổi.
from this ventricle here.
Cái vào cái thân cái thấp này.
It's boy, this is a dream. You should have seen I had a nightmare yesterday in Hanoi. Pardon? No, yes, I do. I want it. No, I want nice patients. Okay, let's just see here what's going on. Okay, now we've got the cavers once more. Okay. I don't think so. I think it's okay. It's moving a lot between the two atriums. I don't know that we'd call it a hypermobile atrial septum. This afternoon I'm going to be talking about, hopefully,
Trong buổi chiều nay thì giáo sư sẽ nói về cái sinh lý của cái chuyển vị đại động mạch và
so
trong
that's
đó
bladder,
nói đến một số cái đặc trưng
stomach,
của một cái mắt
hepatic
chuyển vị và hạn chế.
vein, umbilical vein. Okay, and now we see that. You see, I think that is, although it's flipping, there's a four-chamber view, right? Now, which side is where's the spine? There's the spine there, eh? Let's just point this out for the audience, right? Pointer. Here's the spine. Okay.
Đây là cái cột sống.
Now, you've got the two great arteries, the two AV valves here. Which is the left ventricle and which is the right ventricle?
Cho nó nói cái nào là trái, cái nào là phải.
Can you tell from looking at this picture?
Mình nhìn vào bên này mà nói cái nào trái, cái nào phải.
Just switch this around for me, will you? Left, right? Oh, there you go. Now I know where it is. Okay. Let's see whether that's right. Yes. So which is the left ventricle and which is the right ventricle? We just had a thing on normal left and right ventricle. Which is the left ventricle and which is the right ventricle? Yeah, I'm going to tell you because I'm the teacher, right? Right. Okay, I'm just checking.
Trái này.
Okay, so look at all of the trabeculations here.
Ở đây chúng ta thấy là tất cả những cái cơ bề như này
Okay.
phải.
Here's the descending aorta, here's the spine.
Phần số
Okay.
này là cái
If this lever cardia,
sống.
which we assume that this is the left ventricle.
Đây là cái thắt trái.
Here's the pulmonary veins,
Tĩnh mạch phổi đây.
one there and one there. Let's put the color on just to show that those are the pulmonary veins. Okay. Now we need more gain on the color.
Chúng ta sẽ thấy cho gen lên một xíu, chúng ta sẽ thấy cái tĩnh mạch phổi nó sẽ ở đây.
Okay. There's the descending aorta. Now the four-chamber view is going to fail you for transposition. There's the pulmonary vein. You see the red flow coming in there from that pulmonary
Như vậy
vein?
là trên mặt cắt cuốn buồng thì chúng ta sẽ không biết được là cái bệnh nhân này nó có vấn đề bất thường gì về cái đại động mạch
There's the
không.
pulmonary vein, okay? So the pulmonary vein, there's another one there. It's not so easily seen. And this is the left ventricle. Here's the moderator band. Let's take the color off. Color obfuscates morphology, no? Okay. And then this is the left ventricle here.
Cái tĩnh mạch cái thắt
Yeah.
trái này.
And coming off the left ventricle is a vessel that bifurcates and goes to the back.
Từ cái thắt trái chúng ta thấy là một cái nhánh động mạch nào đó mà nó lại chia đổi rất là sớm, cho nên đó khả năng đó
And
là cái
now
động mạch
I
phổi.
want to come up a little cranial.
Chúng ta đưa lên đầu một xíu.
Not easy to see that here, just on this angle. Right? I'm going to try. See, there's the atrial septum. To me, is not hypermobile. It's moving right to left with a little flip in it. So my sense of it is that this is not going to be one that's going to need an acute balloon atrial septostomy.
Not need urgent.
Look, I mean, you know, everybody should be cautioned when the baby's around here. Yeah, I'm going to get another better picture here. Okay. Mom, can you turn on your side towards me?
Cái này có thể là cái vách liên nhĩ nó khá là rộng theo đúng không?
All right,
Nghe
let's
rõ
see
là có
what
thể
we want here.
cái này là khá là rộng, nó không bị hạn chế. Chúng ta nhìn vào đây.
See, to my mind, okay, so now what we've got to do is see the pulmonary arteries. Funnily enough, for some reason, we're not getting great pictures of the great vessels yet. But the one thing you need to know, there we go, the one thing that you need to know about fetal echo is if you don't have patience, then you should go and find some other way to make a living. Because you need patience in this game.
Thực sự là khi làm siêu âm tim bào thai phải rất là kiên nhẫn.
At the other great artery, that's that water there. It's let's just do that there. Bless you. That's SVC and great vessel. That's obviously the other great vessel. And that must be the right ventricle. So SVC to tricuspid valve. It looks like there may be a little whiff of tricuspid regurg there.
Ở đây chúng ta thấy là cái tĩnh mạch chủ trên và ở đây có thể là cái van ba lá.
Put the Doppler on the tricuspid valve. The Doppler, not the color Doppler. Always go with color Doppler first. Never put on color without the Doppler without color. Yeah. Okay. There, right there. No, but what we want to see is the back. We want the baseline up, eh? Yeah.
Mình muốn nhìn phía dưới cho phía trên.
The baseline, there's a baseline on the color. I want just make that thing right for me here. Put that in the middle. This machine is confusing. It was not designed by cardiologists, that I can guarantee you. It's designed by some idiot in Washington. Okay. Okay, now we've got to take the color off. To adjust the baseline, you have to take the color off. Now do the Doppler, and now put the baseline in the middle, please. You want to see if there's TR. Well, now you've got to put the color on, and now we can see whether we pick it up. Okay. No. Okay. Can do. All right, let's try go somewhere else. If you can't at first succeed, try again. Well, there's a beautiful umbilical vein and two umbilical arteries. You see that? Okay. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Red and blue. That's it. Okay. Enough. Thank you. All right. My gosh. Right, Mom, yes, turn back on your side there, on your back. Okay, let's try this now.
Thực sự thì cái màn hình bên kia nó đẹp hơn nhiều. Này nó quá xấu.
Now, sorry. What?
Just the image quality on the screen is not so good.
Well, but what I've got here is I've got a great picture. I just want to make some adjustments here. There's the big pulmonary artery at the back. I want to see the duct, see? Okay, let's put the color on there, shall we? Okay, so if there was a left-to-right ductus shunt on the duct Doppler, we should be able to see it, eh? I don't see it there yet. Okay, so the Doppler looks fine to me. Okay, can you take color off for a second? That's better. Okay, see that just one, it's like a cello. I'm gooping up your machine, eh? There's the pulmonary artery. Okay, I can see the duct right there. Okay? Here's the duct here. Here. There. Okay, so now let's put the colour on. And what we don't see is we don't see a left to right ductus shunt here. So we don't have a hypermobile septum. We don't have a left to right ductus shunt. I think it's unlikely that this baby has got is going to need an acute rash stent. Okay. There's only one other thing I need to see, and I have to take the colour off. Have you got a piece of paper for me so I can wipe my hands so that I don't keep on messing your machine up? Oh wow, thank you. Okay. There's the duct right there. Look at the size of that duct. Just put the Doppler signal in there, the pulse Doppler in there, right in there. No, not there. Higher and in there. That's good. Okay. Now, how do you adjust the baseline? Oh, I don't see left to right shunting there. Hey? Okay, so to my mind, this is a big giant ductus. It's unlikely that there's going to be a problem, eh?
Cái ống động mạch này nó khá là lớn và ông nghĩ là cái ống động mạch này có thể đủ để mà cái đảm bảo cái máu trộn máu sau.
But what we haven't seen here, and this is unlikely to be a problem, there's no VSD, right? We know that. Okay, so if this is transposition, this is the kind of baby that could be in a big trouble. But I think that it's a giant duct, it's a big pulmonary artery. What worries me about big pulmonary arteries is the pulmonary artery is big, where's the aorta? Where's the ascending aorta? We saw it's much smaller. Why should the aorta be smaller than the pulmonary artery?
That's the
No, they should be about the same size in transposition, but there's a disparity of size between the aorta and the pulmonary artery. We have not yet seen the aortic arch, right? Where's the aortic arch? Maybe when you get
khi chúng ta thấy nó nhỏ như vậy, chúng ta phải kiểm tra là
okay.
cái cung động mạch chủ, bởi vì nó sẽ có một số cái
I'm going to move around.
cái bất thường, ví dụ như đó là hẹp eo động mạch chủ.
See, there's pulmonary artery and there's the aorta in the front of it. Where's the arch?
Đâu là cái cung động mạch chủ?
Has anybody ever seen the arch here? See, we know in transposition, if this is the pulmonary artery, the aorta should be just in front of that structure. Here's the ductus. Here's where the aortic arch is, but the aorta goes to nothing here.
Cái vấn đề là cái động mạch chủ
I
đây.
don't know where it is, but this isn't the situation where you get interruption of the aortic arch. There's the aortic valve. I can see it right there. Here.
Mình không thấy được cái cung động mạch
There's
chủ.
the aorta. Do you see the aorta?
Không thấy được cái cung động mạch chủ.
Very
Đó là vấn đề nó khó
disparate
khăn.
size there. I'm going to come a little bit.
Đôi khi nó bị hẹp eo động mạch chủ nặng hoặc là nó đứt đoạn luôn cái động mạch chủ. Bởi vì ngay đầu tiên mình thấy hai cái động mạch đó.
But the aortic valve is a nice size structure. That must be some artifact about the way I'm doing this study. There's the aorta, but no, I don't see the arch. No, that could be just that I'm a lousy echocardiographer. You know, 37 weeks is very difficult to start seeing everything. And this is what happened yesterday. They bring you patients at 37 weeks and, you know, you can't get the baby in the right place. But I would just say this. This is transposition. The pulmonary artery definitely comes off the left ventricle. It's large. And the ductus is giant. Okay? What? No, I don't. I'm just getting beautiful pictures. It's not the problem. It's not the frequency of the transducer. So let's see. If you had a woman like this, let's say I'm a wonderful echocardiographer. There's two things we could do. We could let you sit down and do it, because you're better than me, or we would get the patient to go for a walk. Okay, because by changing her position, okay, you maybe changes the position of the fetus and you get a better look at the arch. But I think for the sake of argument there, you know, I don't think one can second guess Rashleigh procedures for these babies. But there's not anything at the moment that physiologically, from my understanding of transposition, which I'll talk about this afternoon, that would lead me to suspect that you're going to have a bigger problem. But, you know, if she's delivering the baby here in a week or two's time, I would certainly make sure that the delivery occurred when the cardiologist was around, and I would ask the cardiologist to make sure that he had the right size Rashleigh procedure catheter to do this. Are we going to lunch? Or is it